Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and what a good day everyone. As on this video session, we are from Group 2, Section 2, going to briefly present our 6 weeks of study on segmentation of prostatic gland image. The main contents will be divided into 8 as has been instructed from introduction to references. And first and foremost, our study will be related to the prostate gland, CT scan that will give an image result of the gland, and the software of MATLAB. So prior to the discussion, what are they all? Mainly, prostate gland is the part of male reproductive system below the bladder and above the muscles of pelvic floor that is about the size of a chestnut, and is there to produce a fluid that together with sperm cells and other glands fluid making up semen. Besides, among the other imaging modalities, CT scan has been used widely for healthcare with main advantages by using a series of X-rays and a computer to produce a 3D image of soft tissues, so that it can be performed rapidly to confirm a diagnosis with improved conviction, including infection, enlargement, and most crucially is to determine cancer stages like prostatitis. Next is that the software named MATLAB is an image processing that usually refers to a digital image processing, usually using computer algorithms to perform image processing on digital images. And regarding that, the goal for image enhancement that MATLAB serves is to simplify image interpretation both for us, the observer, and for machine recognition. Therefore, the organ's volume measurement can be successfully calculated, which then here the volume of prostate nodule. Beside that, the volume estimation of an organ plays an important role in what therapy and the dose to be given for the disorders detected. Meanwhile, the problems we face here, as physicians usually diagnose the pathology of the gland or organ by its volume. However, the computed tomography image is expensive to obtain for precise measurements of the volume. And the speckle pattern, which is inherent in coherence imaging, influences significantly axial and transferal resolution of optical coherence tomography instruments. Thus, expectedly, MATLAB algorithm for image segmentation through some edge detection methods can assist these problems. And for the objectives of this project, we are encouraged to determine which method of edge segmentation gives the clearest result and to make a measurement comparison between the accuracy of the segmentation algorithm with human conventional segmentation.
For this assessment, we have review a few research papers and select three from them. So the first is edge detection technique for image segmentation by Muthukrishnan and M. Radha. So in this paper, it says that the result shows that the Mar-Hildreth log and Kenny edge detector yield almost identical edge maps because different edge detection operate better under different conditions. The Kenny result is superior when compared to all for a given image. The second paper about the comparison of Kenny edge detector with Sobel and Prewitt edge detector using different image formats. In this paper, a comparison of the Sobel and Prewitt method shows that the Kenny method can detect both strong and weak edges. The Kenny edge detector can identify a large number of edges. It is concluded that if the sigma and mass values are modified, the outcome will change. As a result, by properly configuring the values of the parameters, the algorithm can produce more appropriate results. And last but not least, the title Clinical Value of Prostate Segmentation and Volume Determination on MR in Benign Prostatic Hyperplasia. So in this paper, the author analyzed and evaluate new methods of prostate volume segmentations, including the ellipsoid, formula, manual planimetry, and semi-automated and fully automated segmentation approach using both manual and automated methods. So the formula is length times width times height and times 0.52.
Now I will explain on the method used for our edge segmentation. This is images to be processed. As you can see in the raw data images, there's a lot of soft tissue can be seen. There also urinary bladder above the prostate gland. By using processing tools, it helps to focus on parts that need to be analyzed. For this task, it is the prostate gland. Image segmenter can be used to crop or remove unwanted background. RGB images was uploaded into the segmentation column. and we need to mark the foreground and also the background. Then the result will shown as in the third image shown. This is the coding used. By adjusting line 8, it can be used for all techniques just by changing the name of the techniques. From the processing tools images previously, coding will be exported into the main workspace by just copy one line coding to insert into this main coding as in line 4. And this line is a function used to measure the diameter. Below here is the inversion from pixel to either cm or meter. As you can see, based on the comparison, can you result have too many details line compared to others? Meanwhile, pre-width show much smoother line, thus we choose pre-width techniques as best edge segmentation for our images. Volume and measurement by using MATLAB. This is how we measure the line from horizontal line, vertical line, and also diagonal. And then we insert into these two formula. First is the 0.524 times by height, width, and length, also pi over 6. And the other formula is half times by the longest diameter and also times with the shortest diameter, power of 2. To compare, we use the manual measurement by making a trace and then measure it manually by using a ruler.
Okay, so now we will look at the result of our project presentation. Okay, this is the output image of pre-width edge detection method. As we can see there is 5 images which represent each one of our group members. Okay, we choose this pre-width edge detection method because based on our observation, pre-width edge detection method is better as compared to other edge detection methods. In order for us to get this output, we encounter some problem such as to remove the background, but then we managed to solve it. Okay, so now we look at the volume calculation for MATLAB measurement and manual measurement. And roughly we can see that there's no much difference between the MATLAB measurement and manual measurement. We also have two type of formula, which is the first one is using the longest and shortest diameter, and the second one is using the height, width, and length. And we can say that there's no much difference between both formula. So we can say that the MATLAB measurement, manual measurement, and both formula can be used and it is acceptable. So regarding the problem for the volume calculation, we may face problem during the measurement because each one of us have different perception, different understanding about the longest diameter, about the value of the height, about where we should put the length, and so on. But since this is the first time we do this image processing, so I think it is okay to have that problem because we are not familiar with this thing. Okay, and that's all for the discussion and result.
For the conclusion, we will see the overall finding, advantages and disadvantages of proposed technique, which is pre-width technique. From the overall finding, we can use image segmenter in image processing toolbox for prostate gland segmentation, pre-processing image in order to eliminate unwanted background. From all the used technique, which are Kenny, Robert, Sobel, Log, and pre-width, we identify and choose pre-width as the best edge detection technique in terms of gradient and where we can see the edge of the image more clearer. We also have calculated the volume of prostate gland using both MATLAB and manual measurement and see no huge difference in values. We calculate the volume using two different formula and both formula is acceptable since they have only small differences in values. Therefore, all the objective have been achieved. We choose pre-width technique as the best edge detection technique because it is the best operator to measure the magnitude and detect orientation of the edges. It has good performance on detecting vertical and horizontal edges, and it is also easy to implement. However, it has its own disadvantages, which are less vulnerable to noise because it differentiates in one direction and may average in another direction. The magnitude of coefficient is fixed and cannot be changed, and the diagonal direction points are not preserved always. That's all from me. Thank you.